Akron Athletics presents Zips Weekly with Joe Moorhead. Sponsored by Hilton Akron Fairlawn. And now your host, Joe Dunn.
Hello again, everyone. Welcome to a brand new edition of Zips Weekly with head football coach Joe Moorhead. My name is Joe Dunn. Hopefully you'll stay with us for the next 25 minutes plus as we talk University of Akron football. And what's happening right now, the Zips are finally coming back home after 3 weeks on the road. Homecoming coming up Saturday afternoon. That'll be a 3:30 kickoff against Bowling Green. It's the beginning of a brand new season. The Mid-American Conference starts this week. Hope to see a lot of Zip fans out there. If you're a former Zip football player, you're invited to the Zips tailgate. That'll be in Lot 9. Hope to see a lot of former players out there. And Coach, I don't want to put any words in your mouth, but it's great to be back home on Saturday, right?
Yes, it's awesome, and coming off of a great win against St. Francis, going on the road for 3 straight weeks against some quality opponents, and open up Mid-American Conference play. So great to be back in InfoCision Stadium.
Yep, it's almost a reboot to the season. I mean, you got your non-conference games, and now you got a clean slate with the conference.
Yeah, I mean, you play FCS team, a couple Power Fives, a great Group of 5 team, and you've been tested across the board, and now ready for MAC play. Exactly.
We're going to see highlights of the game against Liberty, but Coach, I want to bring up something. I think we talked a little bit about it after the game on the sidelines, but let's go back to that fourth quarter, which I thought was a back-breaking play of the game. We had momentum. We were down 14-12. We had them stopped. They punt it, and they down it inside the 1. To me, that was a back-breaking play, and really set up a lot of things that happened after that.
Yeah, you talk about the hidden yardage battle, and that was a play that swung field position. Defense battled the entire game, held them to 7 in the second half. Offense got it going, and we had some nice returns by Tony Grimes. But yeah, that sequence of offense drive stalling, forcing a punt, and then getting backed up, us having a punt, and then them driving down. It was kind of unfortunately we weren't able to close it out there in the fourth.
Exactly. The Zips lose the football game 21-12. Right now, let's go back to Lynchburg, Virginia. Beautiful city, beautiful campus. Let's pick up highlights of the first half. And Coach, once again, I think Liberty wins the toss. They give us the football to begin the game.
Yeah, they weren't able to do much with it. 3 and out and a punt, and they got a little drive mounted, and were able to jump up to an early 7-0 lead.
As Liberty's going to take the lead, I think, on their first possession, 7-0. They did a lot of good things on offense to begin, Coach, but after that, we're going to win that second half. We'll talk about that later, but we kind of shut them down after that.
Yeah, we did. 14 points in the first half, kind of made some adjustments and did some things to pressure the quarterback and make him uncomfortable, stop the run a little bit better. And, you'll see here we drove all the way down to the 20-yard line and unfortunately threw an interception in the end zone. And, that's really been the story of the last 2 games, 8 trips to the end zone and only 2 touchdowns. A trademark of this offense has been being able to put it in the box when we, get down in there, and unfortunately we haven't been able to do that.
Exactly. I'm not sure what if Irons threw into double coverage on that. What it looked like to you?
Yeah, post route against a closed middle safety, which isn't, it was a misread of the coverage by him, and he'd been playing great but made a mistake there.
That's Zach Morton, I think, coming in to get the sack there, and Robinson with the recovery. Those 2 played well.
Yeah, huge game by Zach. A quarterback hurry, a sack, a forced fumble. And then on the hurry, that caused the interception that Darian Lewis made. So real good game by Zach.
Yeah, Robinson's a young kid you brought in from Memphis, 6'6", about 290, and I think that was the first extended play he's had, isn't it?
Yeah, he got a little bit of time in the second half of Tennessee, and has practiced well and earned the right, and came in the game and made an impact.
Zip's going to get a nice first down run there, right into the Liberty sidelines. You got Cam Wiley going a little bit too.
Yeah, about 50 yards rushing, I think another 25 receiving, and certainly got Alex going again, 5 catches for just about 50 yards in his first college touchdown. So it was good to have him back fully healthy.
As you can see, the Zips are down 14-0 as you watch highlights of first half action from Saturday's game down at Liberty. Going to throw this out of the backfield. And is that Anthony Williams, I think, with the catch?
Yes, sir.
Converted running back. He's doing a pretty good job for you.
He's doing a nice job. Yeah, he's got a lot of speed, good hands. just got to clean up his assignments and make sure he knows what he's doing, and has a chance to be a valuable weapon for us.
Liberty with the football, trying to drive. Again, the Flames up 14-0. Zips will kick a field goal late in the first half to get some momentum going in the locker room, Coach. And here's the block. I think that was Tyson Durant coming around the corner. Maybe Zach Morton got a piece of it, too.
Yeah, Morton got it. So Tyson with the pressure and then Zach with the block, and propelled us with some momentum, to get some points on the board here at the end of the first half.
That was big, Coach. You get that field goal. Noah Perez will come in. We'll see that in a second, kicking that field goal. And that was big to get those points on the board at intermission.
Yeah, I mean, we, had more first downs. We outgained them. We've been moving the ball between the 20s. Like I said, even a little better on third down. But we got to be better in the red zone. Daniel, 11 catches for about 100 yards.
I think he was targeted, 16 times?
Yeah, 16 times, yes, sir. So Cam with the run, go for it on 4th and 1 here. We're able to hit Alex across the middle, extend the drive, and I think we follow that up with a real nice go ball to Shockey up the right sideline. I think that's it right here.
Yeah, Daniel George was one of those guys you talked about, Coach, the transfer from Penn State. This is a great catch right here by Shockey. We're going to watch it, I think, 2 or 3 times, once maybe from ground level. He goes up. That's good coverage. He comes down, gets 1 foot in, a big play.
Yeah, great play. He only had 1 for 41 yards, got banged up a little bit in the second half, but the production between he, Daniel, and Alex has been tremendous for us so far this season.
Here's the young freshman out of Arizona, kicks that one through, and we're at halftime 14-3, and you got to feel pretty good the way you've played in that second quarter, especially coming out of there with 3 points.
Yeah, I thought the defense held well, only giving up 2 touchdowns, and like we mentioned, offense moved the ball.
Yeah.
And weren't able to capitalize on red zone opportunities. So went in at halftime, regrouped, and thought we made some good adjustments.
There you go. We're at halftime. We're going to come back and watch second half highlights as the Zips take on the Liberty Flames right after this timeout.
At the University of Akron, you have opportunity. Opportunity to be transformed through learning in our more than 200 in-demand degree programs. Opportunity to gain lifelong talents in the classroom, the studio, the lab, and in the community. And the opportunity to be a leader because of those who will support you here. At the University of Akron, you'll find your opportunity to reach greater heights. Here, everyone rises.
It takes attention to detail. With your local Bryant dealer, you're getting more than just a technician. You're getting someone who pays attention to your needs and the little things that make a big difference. It takes a dealer you can rely on. And to keep your family warm this winter,
here, let me show you how this works.
It takes Bryant.
Bryant, whatever it takes.
And to keep your family comfortable, it takes Choice Air HVAC. Find them at choiceairwithane.com.
Okay, welcome back to Zips Weekly. We were at halftime for last Saturday's game down in Lynchburg, Virginia. The Zips trailing Liberty by a score of 14-3, but you're going to come out in the second half, Coach. You're going to outscore Liberty 9-7 and having a good chance to win that football game in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, it's something we talked about all week,
yeah.
that we're going to have a great week of preparation, come out and play hard, and our effort has been fantastic. Certainly need a higher level of execution, but talked about getting to the fourth quarter with an opportunity to win it, and it's been a while against an opponent of this quality, and we got there, and unfortunately weren't able to close that.
I'm glad you brought that up, Coach. Maybe a lot of fans watching don't realize how good a program Liberty has. They're at the top of Group 5. They've had great seasons, and go in there on the road in that atmosphere and nearly pull it out. It says a lot where the program is right now.
Yeah, we knew there wasn't going to be a short-term fix to some of these long-term issues, whether it be the entire team, offense, defense, special teams, the culture we're working to create. And obviously we don't believe in moral victories, but, like I said, 10 or 11 wins 2 years ago, 8 wins last year. That's a good football team. We were 30-point underdogs. We fought our tails off, and like I said, we've learned to compete. Now we got to learn to close it out.
There you go. Hey, let's go back down to Lynchburg, pick up second half highlights. Liberty's going to get the football, and you get them off the field right away, Coach, their first possession.
Yep, we talked about it in the locker room before we came out. We were going to get a 3 and out, and then we're going to find a way to come down and put some points on the board, and that's how it worked out. That's
exactly how it worked out, Coach. We watched the Zips playing defense on Liberty's first possession. They're going to go out, and you're going to get a scoring drive on your first possession, and it's going to result in a field goal by Noah Perez, but that was a pretty good drive. I think it was, 10 plays going down there?
Yeah, we got Cam Wiley going a little bit. DJ did a good job there converting. We actually converted some more third downs this week. threw it around pretty well and got down there. And once again, I keep saying it, but they got to have touchdowns in the red zone. We like Noah. We want him to kick field goals. Another good third down conversion there to Cam. But we got to find a way in these games to, when the margin is very small, to score touchdowns down there.
Here comes the keeper by Irons, and then the targeting penalty results in 15 yards, and that sets up the field goal by Perez, and suddenly it's 14-6.
Yeah, and another thing, we had some penalties down there that knocked us back out. So that's another thing we got to clean up. There's some things that are going to happen during the course of the game, and areas of aggression, but some of the stuff we got to clean up.
Now your defense stops them 2 more times. We're going to get the football back, and a nice punt return there by Grimes.
Yeah, Tony's done a real nice job. Coach Tucker's done a great job with the scheme, and gave us great field position.
Seemed like the defense was a lot more aggressive in that second half. You're really putting pressure on their quarterback.
Yeah, great tackle by Cam Threet there, who's been a nice addition as another transfer, and like I said, got the quarterback a little bit uncomfortable. Tighten up the windows. Fix the rush lanes, and pressure resulted in an interception there for Darian.
Yeah, Darian Lewis out of St. Vincent St. Mary with a good return, and we've got good field position, Coach, and that interception was big.
Yeah, it was huge. Great to see a local guy, come to Akron and be able to find a bunch of success.
Yeah, we mentioned out of St. Vincent St. Mary, Tyson Durant also played well out of Canton McKinley.
Yep.
So it's 14-6, Coach, and you got the football.
Yeah, good job getting to his third progression there. Marching down the field. Great third down conversion again to Daniel, who, once again, you talk about 11 catches over just about 100 yards. He came up big.
Yeah, Daniel George, you mentioned one of those guys that maybe did not play a lot at Penn State. Now he's coming up. He's going to be one of your top receivers.
Yeah, I think he had 2 career catches there, and now he had 11 in one game. So all the Power 5 guys, and you see Alex, there's another one. Same thing at LSU. The guys that weren't necessarily glued to the bench there, but were looking for bigger roles. And I think Akron's a great place for those kind of guys who we built relationships with and want opportunities to showcase their skills.
Yeah, that's Alex Adams, transferred from LSU. We saw that 2 or 3 times on that touchdown. You go for 2, Coach. We don't see it, but he had a chance to tie up the football game, and Iron's just a little bit short, stretched out, didn't get there.
Yeah, they said his elbow was down before the ball was extended over the goal line. So, they reviewed it, didn't like the call, but there was enough evidence to overturn it.
So it's 14-12, and going to get a couple stops. They put in a new quarterback, Coach. He was about 6'6", and he was a running quarterback.
Yeah, he's a big kid. They emptied us out, went with some more quarterback run stuff, trying to burn the clock, and did a good job. And then we, like I said, down 9, we're trying to find a way to get it going. Had a couple penalties knock us back, and then we weren't able to convert offensively, and I said we weren't able to finish it out. Sean Name came in, had a couple nice catches. TJ with another good game, and we competed.
Oh.
And we took a positive step forward. Now we got to find a way to close these games out.
Exactly. That was one of the better fourth quarters, Coach. He had a shot, as you mentioned a couple times in the show, just get into the fourth quarter with a chance to win a football game.
Yep. We talk all the time, no clock, no scoreboard.
Yeah. One
play at a time with great effort, improve our execution, and then you look up in the fourth and want to have a chance to win it, and we did.
Exactly. Zips lose it 21-12. We're going to take a break, as we always do in our third segment. We're going to come back and let the coach talk about some of the young guys that played well down at Liberty. We're going to mention some of the offensive players, some of the defensive players, talk special teams. So don't go away. We're back right after this timeout.
The excitement is back at InfoCision Stadium this fall with Akron Zips football. Action continues Saturday, October 1st, when the Zips return home to face Bowling Green. October 1st is homecoming weekend, which means hours of family fun you won't want to miss. Homecoming for the Akron Zips, Saturday, October 1st at 3:30. Season tickets start at just $79. Get yours today at GoZips.com or call 888-99-AKRON. That's 88-99-AKRON or GoZips.com. Akron Zips football homecoming, Saturday, October 1st.
It takes attention to detail. With your local Bryant dealer, you're getting more than just a technician. You're getting someone who pays attention to your needs and the little things that make a big difference. It takes a dealer you can rely on. And to keep your family warm this winter,
Here, let me show you how this works.
it takes Bryant.
Bryant. Whatever it takes.
And to keep your family comfortable, it takes H-Jacks Plumbing and Heating. Find them at hjacks.com.
Okay, welcome back to Zips Weekly. Each time in our segment 3, we let the coach talk about some of the outstanding performances from his players. This week, we're going to talk defense first. We didn't mention this guy too much in the highlights, but believe me, he was all over the field. Bubba Arcelanian, coach, 16 tackles, 6 solo, 10 assists. Again, he leads you in tackles.
Absolutely. Bubba's the heart and soul of the defense. Does a great job getting everybody lined up. Communicates, calls, and plays with a ton of heart and desire. And like I said, despite all the measurables, always finds a way to make a play.
Yeah, what makes him special, Coach? Does he read that so quickly? Does he get off his feet in a hurry? Or what have you noticed that makes him special?
I think tremendously high football IQ, a ton of film study, great practice habits, and then he finds a way to knock it on finds a way to defeat blocks very well, and I think that helps him.
Plus, he's extremely strong.
Yeah, he is.
Yes, maybe one of the strongest players on the team.
He might be, yes, sir.
Yeah, exactly. How about Darian Lewis? We talked a little bit about him out of St. Vincent, St. Mary. 8 tackles, 4 solo, 4 assists, 2 tackles for loss. He is getting better each week, it seems like.
Yeah, young guy playing very well at our nickel position, and has to, do a bunch of things in the run game, stopping the run, but also man-to-man zone. Very versatile, very fast, and one of our faster guys on the team. And he stepped up big in a challenging environment.
Yeah, seems like Zach Morton was a destructive force in that football game. He did a lot of good things.
Yeah, Zach's grown a lot. Seen a lot of improvement from him the past few weeks, and earned, starting rolling more opportunities. Syracuse transfer, and he's done a real nice job, and need to continue to build off of this performance.
Yeah, we mentioned Nate Thompson, the transfer from Duke, a little bit last week, and Coach, he came back in against Liberty with 8 tackles, had a quarterback hurry,
yeah,
so he's finally getting where you want him to be.
Better and better. We challenged him after the Michigan State game where we didn't think he played to his ability, and he's really responded to coaching and seeing him practice better, and he's played well the last 2 games.
Let's move over to the offense and talk about a young man we mentioned a little bit on the highlight tapes. Wide receiver Daniel George, the transfer from Penn State, targeted a few times, Coach, had 11 catches for 93 yards. He had 39 yards after the catch, which is always important.
Yeah, big, strong guy. So he's tough to bring down. Very strong hands, and once again, got to continue to find ways to get him the ball. Quick game so he could break tackles, and also pushing it down the field.
Alex Adams had the touchdown catch, the transfer from LSU, 5 catches for 48 yards, and he's had a couple drops, Coach, but seems like he's getting better each week.
Yeah, dropped one against Tennessee down in the red zone that could have been a touchdown, and had one over the middle there that we ended up converting a 3rd down. But yeah, just got to practice good habits, look the ball into the tuck, and not think about running it before he has it. But yeah, a guy that can run very fast, very elusive, and will continue to make explosive plays for us.
You've used him a couple of times on some jet sweeps too to utilize his speed.
Yeah, he and the running backs, with trying to find ways to creatively run the football since we're having a little bit of trouble between the tackles. Getting it on the edge is one of those ways to help it out.
DJ Irons threw the football 52 times, 29 completions for 269 yards. He got a lot of pressure too.
Yeah, he did. Standing in there firm, keeping his eyes downfield. Also made some good plays in the run game by design or improvisation. But the growth of DJ, from last year to this year, and then just game by game, really embraced the mental aspect of it, and he's performing at a high level, but still got a lot of room to improve. One
thing I mentioned, I talked about Cam Wiley running the ball well, and you utilize him out of the backfield. He's got good hands to catch the football.
Yeah, we got to figure out for ways for Cam to get touches. Whether it's we talked about last week, whether it's handoffs or routes out of the backfield or lining them up wide or the jet sweeps. But we're working on it. We're trying to get him going, but we got to do a little bit better job up front for him. But we're gonna get Cam rolling here.
Let's talk special teams quickly before we take a break. Tony Grimes had the big punt return. Young guy out of Western Pennsylvania, very speedy, very quick, and you've utilized him back there and returning kicks now.
Yeah, very sure hands, so we're confident that when the ball is punted, we're going to have possession of it, but also has the elusiveness to make people miss. And you got to be a tough guy to do that. Punt returns and kick returns are not for the faint of heart, and he's a guy that has a lot of physical toughness, and we'll continue to make plays for us.
And Noah Perez, we talked about him, a true freshman out of Arizona, 2 for 3. You lined him up for 55. He had the wind a little bit to his back, Coach, but I'm sure he wants that one back.
Yeah, we talk about that in our staff meeting before the game, what the range is. Yeah. And it was kind of in the 52, so 35.
You must have seen him hit a few in practice.
Well, he did. Well, and he hit a couple pregame that were from that distance, and, you always want to show confidence in your guys, and, he came up short, but hopefully the belief in him to, have an attempt on that one, propelled him to making the last 2.
Exactly. I thought special teams played well, Coach. You blocked a field goal, had a good punt return. Liberty returned 2 punts for only 9 yards, so he had good coverage on their punts.
Yeah, outside of one kickoff return and then that punt that we probably, could have fielded and kept us out of the shadow of our own goalpost. I thought the special teams played well.
Again, the Zips will be back home on Saturday afternoon. It's homecoming. Bowling Green will be in town. That'll be a 3:30 kickoff. If you're a former Zip football player, you're invited to the pregame tailgate party. That'll be in Lot 9. Hope to see a lot of former players out there. We're going to take a break, come back, and talk about the Bowling Green Falcons right after this.
At the University of Akron, you have opportunity. Opportunity to be transformed through learning in our more than 200 in-demand degree programs. Opportunity to gain lifelong talents in the classroom, the studio, the lab, and in the community. And the opportunity to be a leader because of those who will support you here. At the University of Akron, you'll find your opportunity to reach greater heights. Here, everyone rises.
It takes attention to detail. With your local Bryant dealer, you're getting more than just a technician. You're getting someone who pays attention to your needs and the little things that make a big difference. It takes a dealer you can rely on. And to keep your family warm this winter,
here, let me show you how this works.
It takes Bryant.
Bryant. Whatever it takes.
And to keep your family comfortable, it takes Choice Air HVAC. Find them at choiceairwithane.com.
Well, this week's Scouting Report brought to you by the Hilton Garden Inn in Fairlawn. Bowling Green comes to town, Coach, and head coach Scott Leffler in his 4th season over at Bowling Green. He's a Barberton High School native. Area fans know him well, and good football team. They put a lot of points on the board.
Yeah, Bowling Green's a quality opponent. Beat a Marshall team who had beaten Notre Dame the week before. Tough game. Last week against Mississippi State. 7 overtime game against Eastern Kentucky, and then opened up at UCLA.
59-57.
Yeah, right? it was a heck of a game. So very well coached. Play hard in all 3 phases, and MAC opener, and as we know, always a challenge in the Mid-American Conference.
Exactly. Looking at their numbers, Coach, they're averaging 85 yards on the ground and then 220 yards passing. So obviously they like to throw the football. Yeah,
Mcdonald, the senior quarterback, who didn't play this past week, so we're not sure if he's going to be healthy. He's kind of the guy that runs the operation, straw that stirs the drink, and talented running back, 2 great tight ends. They play with a lot of 12 personnel, and then a couple really big wideouts. So they really put pressure on you from an offensive standpoint.
You mentioned Matt McDonald. I don't know if you know it, Coach. His dad was Paul McDonald that played at Southern Cal. He was a 4th-round draft pick of the Browns. So I don't know if you knew that or not.
I had no idea.
Fans know that name in northeastern Ohio, Matt McDonald. Their backup quarterback is also a transfer from Long Island, Camden Orth. You may see him on Saturday, too.
Yeah, played last week against Mississippi State, threw 2 touchdowns. I think 3 of their 5 starters on the offensive line are transfers. So, return a lot of production in both sides of the ball. So, they've done a nice job so far on offense.
And they've got 4 wide receivers. All 4 of these young men are in double figures on catches, so they spread it around on offense.
Yeah, they do. We talked about Hilaire and Broden, and then C.J. Lewis is a Boston College transfer, and then Kroom has played well.
Exactly. Coach, best of luck Saturday. Bowling Green coming in, brand new season. Best of luck.
Appreciate it.
There you go.
Go Zips.
There you go. 3:30 Saturday. Hope to see you out there. It's homecoming for head coach Joe Moorhead. Joe Dunn. We'll see you back here next week.
This has been Zips Weekly with Joe Moorhead. Sponsored by Hilton Akron Fairlawn. Thanks for watching, and as always, go Zips.
This has been a presentation from Learfield IMG College.